Hey everyone, I read chapter 4, Bringing Vocabulary into the Earliest Grades, and I am going to share with you what I learned. Recently, there has been a push to focus more on vocabulary in the younger grades. With this being said, research studies have been conducted, and the overall analysis of these studies found that children's oral language development benefited strongly from these vocabulary interventions that teachers are implementing. So, what is effective vocabulary instruction? Well, effective vocabulary instruction includes multiple encounters in varied contexts and an overall active processing of word meaning. So most of these vocabulary interventions begin with reading of a story and then include an explanation of word meaning and end with a variety of activities that allow children to explore and apply this word meaning. Various studies conducted that analyzed this robust vocabulary instruction. One study compared two different approaches to vocabulary instruction, and I found this one to be the most interesting. So one approach had to do with repetition. It was called repetition instruction. This involved repeated readings of a story with explanations of word meanings. During this type of instruction, students were focused on learning the meanings of the specific words. Now, the other approach, based on robust instruction, prompted students to think about and use the word meanings. Both studies concluded to be successful. However, when tapping into comprehension, the results were a little different. Students who were given interactive instruction showed an overall advantage over the repetition instruction. Is a lot more than what we think. We know that proper listening and speaking skills help with reading and writing skills, but did you know that these are also directly correlated to vocabulary development? So in order to promote this proper vocabulary development in the primary grades, teachers can use a common text to introduce new words. The new words don't necessarily have to be explicitly stated. However, the teacher can easily use a strong word to describe maybe a phrase from the text. So, for example, like the one I have here, if the book says, "She ate up all the cookies," we could also say, "She devoured the cookies." The teacher can teach the word devour just as another way to show how she ate the cookies. So there is some sort of a framework to follow when introducing new words to students. It starts with reading the chosen story or text, then introducing the new words and discussing the words together. The teacher will then help students create a student-friendly definition that is easy to remember. The teacher can also give a real-world example of the word or words, and then have the students work together to create examples. And lastly, students will be asked to use their schema to come up with examples that were not in the story. So, our overall end goals with vocabulary instruction in the primary grades. We hope that this robust vocabulary instruction will lead to good language comprehension in students. We hope that applying new vocabulary helps students in their everyday conversation. We hope that students make connections between old and new vocabulary terms, and overall, we hope to have student discourse with the new and old vocabulary words.